Hi everyone, this is my initial video for my new YouTube channel, which I've called Cooking with Cheese. I think it's self-explanatory. I love cooking with cheese. And so in thinking about it, I thought, why don't I share my cheesy recipe ideas with the whole world so that other people can enjoy them. So my first recipe that I'm going to demonstrate today is broccoli cheddar soup. And I kind of threw this one together in my mind a few weeks ago. I've always loved Panera's broccoli cheddar soup. And so I got to thinking on one cold day, man, it would be so nice to have that soup right now. But of course you go to Panera and you can expect to pay $10 or more just for yourself. And I thought, I'll bet that I could brainstorm a way to mimic that recipe if I thought hardly enough about it. And so I just did some brainstorming and came up with this recipe, and I have to say it's a pretty good imitation. The ingredients, as you're going to see, are not as healthy as what Panera would be using, but I'm okay with that. If I'll just say up front, if you're the type of person who just has to buy everything at Whole Foods, my channel probably isn't going to be very helpful for you because I don't shop at Whole Foods. So this recipe is very inexpensive, and even better than that, it requires almost no effort whatsoever because I'm cooking this in a crock pot. And as you're going to see, I'm basically just throwing all the ingredients in the crock pot and turning it on, and then in 4 hours or so it'll be ready to serve. So let me see here. There you can see all the ingredients that I've put into the crock pot. We've got, to start with for this recipe, the 16-ounce block of Velveeta cheddar, 2 cans of Campbell's cream of onion soup for the base, and this is very, very important. Also chicken broth, this is 16 ounces. Let me make sure of that. 32 ounces. 32 ounces of chicken broth. And then this vegetable medley is called at my grocery store California blend. It's broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. I think if you wanted a more pure broccoli cheddar soup, you could just use a lot of broccoli. I just like to mix it up a little bit. A few weeks ago when I made this recipe for the first time, I used 1 full bag and half of another bag. And I thought when I put it all in the crock pot that it looked like it was just going to overwhelm it. And then once it was actually done and I stirred it up and served it, I realized I could have used all of both bags and it would have, the vegetables wouldn't have overwhelmed the soup. So today I've put all of both bags, they're 12-ounce bags. I've put all of both bags into the crock pot. And then after the soup is done, I've got bacon pieces to put in it. And I've got everything mini bagels that I'm gonna toast to dip into the soup. The first time I made this a few weeks ago, I actually took the time to cook bacon in the oven so I could have freshly cooked bacon to break up and put in. I think that's a little more labor intensive than what I want to do today. So I'm just going to use these bacon pieces, and the bacon actually makes a huge difference in, speaking for myself, my enjoyment of the finished product. I have to say, when I tried the soup with and without the bacon just made a huge difference. So let's look over here. Let's see there. So that's the pot. As you can see, I've put all those ingredients in there, and literally all I'm going to do is get this thing started on high, and I'm just going to cover it. And that's it. And I'm just going to let it cook for 4 hours. About 2 hours in, I'll take the lid off and stir it all up. And it's really once you stir it up that it all starts to look really pretty. Before that, it doesn't really all gel together on its own, and you have to wait for the cheese to get melty anyway before you can stir it up. But once you do stir it, you'll see it all come together and it'll look really delicious. So, and by the way, if you haven't learned about this yet or you just don't use them, you see I'm using a slow cooker liner in there. That will save your life. If you're like me and you just don't like spending hours and hours on cleanup, and you know from experience that cleaning a crock pot can be very difficult, I started using those slow cooker liners. My wife had some and she suggested I try it, and I tried it, and I think they're lifesavers. So I highly recommend slow cooker liners. And that's that. And so I'll post some more of the finished product when all this is done. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. Thank you so much for watching.